If you don't understand at least one thing about women, you're Now, of course, we're talking about the concept of frame, and I'm sure you've heard someone tell you before, bro, you gotta have a strong frame with the women. But until you really understand what this means on a deeper level and how this actually plays out in every single interaction that you have with the girl, you're gonna continue to struggle. Like, yeah, you might get lucky with some average-looking women, but when it comes to the ones that you really want, the top-tier women, you're not gonna have any chance. All right, part one, what is frame? The easiest way to think about this is that the frame is basically the story of an interaction. So anytime you're having a conversation with someone, there's two things happening. There's a surface level conversation, that's the words being exchanged, and then below that is the frame. So let's say you walk into a car dealership, you have not done any research before, and then the salesman, you test drive a car with him, and you really like the car. He knows you really like the car. Now, if we're being real, it doesn't really matter what he says or what you say. The story here, the frame has been established. He has something you want, he's in control. Now, instead, let's say that before you showed up, you found similar cars in other local dealerships. So you walk in, you test drive the car with him. Yes, you want it, but you have other options. Now the story is completely different. It doesn't matter what negotiation techniques he tries. You understand, you're in control of the frame. That's the story here. You have options. Is that starting to make sense? If not, here's the ultimate example of frame. Imagine that you're driving your car, and then in the rearview mirror, you see some flashing lights. The police are behind you. You pull over, you roll down the window, the officer comes up. What is the frame here? It doesn't matter who you are, how confident you are, the officer is in full control of the frame. The story here is that what he says goes, and you're at his mercy. It's his frame, you're just living in it. Part two, what frame are you? So you'll see in my hand here I have 3 different pairs of sunglasses, and each of these represent a different common frame that men use with women, and the question is, which one are you? Frame number 1, the simp frame. Now, unfortunately, this is the frame that most guys use, and this would be you if when you see an attractive girl, you start to think these things. Oh man, I wonder what I should say to her. If I was able to get a girl like that, it would change my life. Maybe I can get lucky and take her out on a nice date. I wonder if she likes me though. How can I find out if she likes me before I risk getting rejected? What the fuck? That doesn't feel right. If this is your frame, hope I didn't break those. But if that's your frame, you've already lost, bro, because you've given the girl 100% of the power before you even opened your mouth. She's in charge, and only if you get lucky and she feels bad for you are you gonna get a date. Frame number 2, the manipulation frame. Now, if you're watching this video, there's a high probability this is the frame that you're operating from. I understand female nature. I understand girls are gonna try and take advantage of me. I'm not gonna simp for a girl. I'm not gonna over text her. I got my boundaries. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound like you? And don't get me wrong, this is a whole lot better than the simp frame that's sitting over there smashed on the floor. But you're still coming from this place of trying to trick the girl or manipulate the girl, and when she finally tests your frame, what's gonna happen?
Hey, is it okay if my friend comes on the date tonight?
This bitch trying to bring a friend on the date. But I do want to see her. Okay.
Yeah, this other guy I'm seeing, he has the cutest dog.
What type of dog? Frame 3 is the boss frame, the masculine frame. And with these on, I just see things differently. The mindset is, look, it doesn't matter how hot a girl is. If she doesn't buy into my frame and she doesn't fit into my puzzle, I would genuinely rather spend the night alone. Even if we were to have some great sex, I would rather be alone than be part of that. I'm not trying to trick or manipulate anyone. Either she's in or she's out. It's up to her.
Hey, is it okay if my friend comes on the date tonight?
Honestly, I'd prefer if it was just us.
Yeah, so this other guy I'm seeing, he has the cutest dog.
Look, if you're trying to see multiple guys, that's all good. That's your choice. But personally, then I'm not really interested in seeing you anymore. And I know there's going to be guys in the comments challenging me and saying, but David, a relationship can also be 50-50 split. There doesn't have to be such a strong masculine-feminine dynamic. And that's fair. If that's what you want, that's fine. If you want an alpha female to lead the way and provide for you, that's fine too. I genuinely mean that. I'm not saying that facetiously. The choice is yours, but from my experience, my best relationships have always been the ones where the woman is kind of looking up to me. I'm making the decisions, I'm leading the way, she's there supporting me, we're moving in the same direction as a team, she's not pursuing separate goals, taking her somewhere else. But that type of dynamic can only be achieved if you create the right frame right from the beginning. Now, before we get into how to actually craft this strong masculine dynamic, I have to ask you a simple question. Right now, are you able to consistently create opportunities with the types of girls that you really want? Because if you're not getting any dates at all, or you're only getting dates from time to time, but it's with girls who aren't really up to your standard, then nothing else matters, bro. So if the answer is no and you're struggling to meet those type of women, I just want to let you know that I am here to help with my Beast Dating Coaching Program.
Before I was in the program, I was probably getting like a few dates, like 1 or 2 dates a month. I couldn't keep a girl interested in me. I would say as early as like my second week, I was getting 3 to 4 dates a week. At the end of the program, I got this like really amazing, beautiful girlfriend, super supportive of me.
Yeah, so before I joined the program, my dating life was pretty slow. I was emphasizing more my business, but since joining the program, the results have been great. I've gotten online dates, I've gotten some dates in person. I still am doing my business, so it didn't take away from my business, it just added to my business.
Over the last few years, we've helped over 1,000 guys just like this finally start attracting the types of women that they really want. And the way that this works is that the guys in the program, they get access to 5 live video coaching calls every single week with myself and our other coaches, where we're able to meet them where they're at and basically hold their hands step by step until they get to the point that they're meeting those types of women. Anyway, if you want to learn more, see more testimonials, and apply now, just go to beastcoaching.com or click that first link down in description. Part 3, achieving the masculine frame. Now, there's 3 basic steps that go into this. Step 1 is true strength in other areas of your life. So you have to realize that when we're simping and when we're just longing for a woman's attention and validation, usually that's because we're not getting that sense of importance from other things in our life. But I can tell you from personal experience, when I finally got my gym routine down and I was seeing consistent growth month after month, that brought me pride, that brought me happiness. When I finally got focused on leveling up my money, and for you, maybe that means getting a raise in your career, maybe it means building your business to the next level. But when I started seeing that growth there, again, that was another sense of validation and purpose that I was experiencing. This can also happen with hobbies. If you get into a martial art, y'all have seen me train Muay Thai. Y'all have also seen me playing paddle recently. But when you're working on some skill, even as a hobby, and you see the growth there, the same thing happens. And what I noticed was that little by little, I stopped looking at women as something that could fix me and something that could make me happy, because I was already feeling enough because of these other things. So if you're still looking at women with the simp frames on, by the way, these didn't break, they're durable, then you need to look at the other parts of your life. Because women, you're just trying to find this quick fix, but it's not addressing the core issue here. Step 2 is true friends. Because when we have, convenient friends who just happen to be our friends back in the day, but maybe these guys are not focused on self-improvement, or even worse, we have no friends at all. Well, women also presents this thing that can give us social stimulation. And that becomes another reason that we just long to have the companionship of a woman, because we're not getting that companionship from like-minded men on the same path as us. So start connecting with guys at your gym. They're there. They're also working on their bodies. Start finding guys who are also working on their dating life. Join Beast Nation. Find other guys who are trying to follow the path of entrepreneurship. You won't feel alone anymore. I promise you. You won't feel alone, and you won't have this longing and this need to find a woman right away. Now, step 3 is the critical one, because steps 1 and 2, those are really preparation steps. You can't have the masculine frame if those things aren't in order. You'll always simp because there's a deeper problem here. Step 3, never fucking break. So you remember those quick examples from the masculine frame?
Hey, is it okay if my friend comes on the date tonight?
Honestly, I'd prefer if it was just us. And how is that different from the try-hard frame?
Hey, is it okay if my friend comes on the date tonight?
This bitch trying to bring a friend on the date. But I do want to see her. Okay. It's simple. The execution here is very simple. You just don't fucking break. If a girl does something or says something or suggests something that you're not okay with, you reject it. You get to create the rules. You get to choose what's okay with you and what's not okay with you. And obviously, let's be real and have some compassion here. If a girl shows up 5 minutes late to a date, is that really a deal breaker? No, of course not, bro. But if she does suggest to bring her friend along for a date, that's fucking weird. No, I'm not okay with that. If she's talking about other guys she's dating, no, I'm not okay with that. And you have to realize, in these moments, especially if the girl's hot, every ounce of your body is gonna want to go back to the simp glasses or the try-hard glasses that I don't have on me right now, and they're gonna want to just slide it under the rug and say, you know what? Is it really worth making a big deal up here? Maybe I just sleep with her anyway, and then it doesn't matter. Don't do it, bro. Do not fucking break. Like these 3 simple words, do not break. These will solve 99% of your girl problems, and they'll always put you in the driver's seat in your relationships. Now, if you're trying to build up the rest of your life, then you need to watch this video next. This is about 6 skills that every man needs in life. If you get these down, then operating the masculine frame, it's going to be second nature to you. Click there to watch that now. If you're new to the channel, click down there to subscribe, as I release 2 videos every single week. You don't want to miss them. I'll talk to you in the next video. Stay beastly.